We don't know what's hitting us in the stock markets. And on top of it, we're hearing news that GDP rate is falling and people are losing jobs. Are we in the midst of a recession? This is a common question that we hear. And in this video, we're going to see exactly that. Is this recession? What should you do? What should you not do? Should you invest? Should you stay in cash? These are things we'll talk about. There are a few indicators that tell us in advance which way markets are going. They call lead indicators and they give us a little advance notice of whether markets are growing or degrowing. Some of these indicators are, number one is of course the stock markets. It's a clear reflection of the sentiments of the investor community, whether they see the near term being profitable or not. Number two is the manufacturing sector. Do we see production of goods and services going up? That's a clear indicator of whether we are growing or not. Number three is the retail sales level. At the consumer buying levels, are people spending money? Are they holding it back? Are they loosening their purse strings? That's a very good indicator of whether companies will grow, whether profits will grow. Number four is the real estate market, right? So the cash flow situation in the economy typically reflects in how vibrant the housing market is. So if cash flow is crunched, then we'll see inventory building up at the builders, margins becoming very small. So the real estate market usually languishes in bad economic conditions. Are new businesses starting up? How is the entrepreneurial sentiment in the economy is also a good indicator of whether we're growing or not. Also, very importantly, we can't forget is how interconnected we are with the rest of the world. We are doing a lot of trade in exports and imports. So if the rest of the world is going through some kind of crisis, or if our business partners are going through slowdown, their slowdown becomes our slowdown, and we can't really stay in an insulation. So this is called the contagion effect. So put all of these together, we know where we are placed in our country. The dictionary defines recession as a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in two successive quarters. For academic purposes only. But for you to understand that every market does go through ups and downs. So it's a natural phenomenon that a part of the economic cycle will be a peak, there will be a trough, there will be a boom, there will be a recession. So all of that are natural things, and to expect that we'll always live in a growing economy is an expectation against nature. And having said that, you'd also hear many media houses saying that this is the end of the world, the doomsday predictions that we're in for something that's prolonged and we're not going to recover from here. Please don't believe all of that. Not true at all. Remember the word temporary in the definition. Of course, yeah, we might be going through a slowdown, but it's not always going to be, because what goes down will come up, and that's the nature of markets. That's the nature of economy. So right now, there are things that you should be doing. There are things that you shouldn't be doing. Instead of reacting, it might just be a great idea to prepare for what's coming up, to protect yourself and to respond appropriately. So in this video, we're going to look at 3 things that you should not do and 5 things that you should do in circumstances like now. So 3 things that you should not do. Number 1, do not panic. Just relax. This is just part of the game, and this too shall pass. What goes down will come up. Don't take hasty financial decisions. You might have received some money from sale of a property or retirement proceeds from your employers. Don't be in a hurry to invest it. Or if you've already made an investment and you see that your investments are in losses, don't be in a hurry to divest them. Don't make hasty financial decisions. Sit back, do your financial plan and follow the process. And lastly, very importantly, don't run up your credit cards. This is true under all financial situations, but more so now. Hold back on that new shoe, hold back on that planned luxury holiday, because during times of uncertainties, it's better that you don't borrow. Right? So what are things that you should do? 5 things that you should do, and this is a great time to do, is number 1, stop and take a reality check. What's happening in your personal life? Are you enjoying your job? What's your job prospects looking like? Is your family growing? Are you managing your expenses within your income? Are you optimally leveraged So what's happening in your personal life? So taking that reality check might be a great idea now. And if you've not done this in the past, this might be an amazing time to do your financial plan. If you've done it in the past, it might be a good time to review it, see how you are prepared for your goals, and are your insurances are in place, have you done your estate planning? So this might be a great time to do a financial plan. Number three, what you can do is refill your emergency corpus. So get rid of all those bulky, unproductive assets. Keep them in cash. Typically, you should be ready for a 6 to 12 month of loss of job or reduction in income. Your family should be able to sail through that. So refill your emergency corpus if you've drawn down from it. If you've been investing, or if you continue to have investments for the long term for your goals such as wealth creation and estate creation, or for retirement, then keep investing, stay invested for the long term, because it's during times of slowdown or great investment opportunities, great wealth creation opportunities that you shouldn't miss. So if you're investing for the long term, stay invested and keep investing. But if you are investing for the short term, if you're looking at a goal coming in the next 2 to 3 years, then stay in cash. Don't worry about the profits that the investment has made, just move them to cash, because profits will come. It's only a matter of time, but your child will still have to go to college in the next 2 years, right? So stay in cash for short-term goals, keep investing for the long-term goals, refill your emergency corpuses and top up your insurances. Just do not panic, make your financial plan and stick to the process. And my parting word here finally will be, keep your faith. The sun will shine again. This is not the end of the world. All will be well. If you have any questions or feedback, reach out to us on our email ID, on our phone number, on all our social media handles on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. And you can also leave a message right here below the video and we'll come back to you very soon. It was very nice talking to you, and stay in touch. Thank you.